dispatched.
Fine. Yes, Strangelove was doing AI research in that lab.
Why hide that until now?
Why? Okay, so what? I wasn't working alone. You've got to understand. You do understand, right? I didn't want to drag her into this. It's my load to bear, alone.
So you didn't create the AI intended to drive Sahelanthropus. It was Strangelove.
Skullface was never in favor of AI control. So naturally they argued. Strangelove, she got him angry and he killed her.
How? You didn't see it? So you found her inside that pod after the fact. And you just left her body to rot in there.
Caution.
Or perhaps you put her in there afterward.
I asked him not to take her away from me.
So she was killed by Skullface, but you asked nicely, and he put her body in the AI pod for you?
That's right.
Pathetic. You know, we have another idea. That you killed her.
Me? I couldn't kill her.
You killed her and locked her body in the pod.
I wouldn't. Don't treat me like one of you. I can't just kill anyone whenever I feel like it. I'm a normal human being.
Oh, I see. So you just shut her inside and waited for her to die.
I would never do that.
What, you mean she killed herself?
Yes. She climbed inside that pod and shut the door. It can't be opened from the outside. It was suicide. Suicide, I said. She killed herself. She got in when I wasn't looking and suffocated. She'd often try to do things like that. By the time I realized and opened the door, she wasn't breathing. I got scared and shut the pod again. I couldn't bring myself to open it back up. That's right. Me? Kill her? What is wrong with you?
I see. Just tell me one more thing.
Haven't you gotten enough today?
Okay, I see it's a painful memory. You don't have to answer, just listen to the question. You see, we examined her remains. She had a scar on her lower abdomen, a surgical scar. It had been stitched up and had fully healed, meaning it was long before her death. She had a child, didn't she? Your child. Where's the kid?
How should I know?
So there is a child.
I've never seen his face.
What do you take us for?
They took it all. Even my child. I didn't even know he'd been born. I lost everything.
How old would he be?
It's 4 years since then.
And you know it's a boy.
Strangelove said so.
And his name?
We called him Hal, even though I never saw his face.
Please select a mission.
Boss, research materials have been stolen from Code Talker's mansion. The materials were packed into 2 containers and hidden in the jungle southwest of the mansion. You have to recover those containers. The pickup crew coming for those documents is none other than XOF. That's right. They're still active, even after Skullface's death. Now that he's no longer in charge, their original chain of command has been restored. Meaning if XOF gets those documents, Code Talker's research ends up in Cypher's hands. According to Code Talker, the research papers stored in that mansion account for over 50 years of study. The problem is the vocal cord parasites. If the papers documenting that research fall into Cypher's hands, they'll take another long, hard look at them. The ethnic cleansers we thought were history will become a reality. America, Zero, will have a weapon far more powerful than any nuke. Even worse, if this knowledge were to leak, the world, humanity, can't be entrusted with this kind of power. Recover the containers before the enemy extraction choppers arrive.
Mission accepted.
Code Talker's research has been stolen. The research materials have been packed into 2 containers and hidden in the jungle southwest of the mansion. Enemy extraction choppers will be there any minute. You have to find and retrieve those containers before they arrive. That area is being guarded by zero-risk security, and their client is XOF. If the choppers make off with the containers, that research will end up in Cypher's hands. That cannot be allowed to happen. One other thing, boss. We need a cargo-capable Fulton extraction device to recover the containers. Use your iDroid to order its development and have it dropped in.
Be careful down there, boss.
The map has been updated.
Driver engaged. Driver mode. Quantum mode. Driver mode. Quantum mode. Driver mode. Quantum mode. Driver taking burst mode.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
search mode.
Driver disengaged. Enemy detected.
Analysis complete. Cloud analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Take a look. The soldiers have no idea what's in those containers. Strictly a need-to-know basis. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Roger that. That's a serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need to treat it with first aid. Your targets are 2 containers. Locate and extract them both.
On the ground. Spit it out.
I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look. The VS soldiers have no idea what's in those containers. Strictly a need-to-know basis.
Where are the others? Don't move. Speak. Where are your friends?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Talk. Where are the others?
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest. Boss, looks like they're stepping up security around the targets. Watch yourself.
Headbutt, stay okay. Buddy! Let's check it out. Our early warning radar
radar still hasn't picked up the enemy choppers. But it's only a matter of time before they arrive.
CP, dit is Delta 4. Ons is goed. Maar daar is geen teken van die vijand. Oor. Dit is CP, begrijp. Alleen heel gewacht. Ja, weggevers. Sint, hulle, uit.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Where are your friends?
CP, dit is Zulu 6. Tekens van vijandige activiteit. Geskerp securiteit. Oor. Dit is CP, begrijp. Moenie securiteit verslant nie. Uit.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Dit is Zulu 7. Je volgens is in die looppartij tegen de ballon. Het bleek ons het aan met de onderzoek. Oor. Dit is CP, begrijp. Alles gaat van een bestiek omgeving. Reading eruit. Uit.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Get down.
CP, dit is Delta 4. Ik kan rook zien. Moeilijke vijandige sabotatie. Oor. Dit is CP, begrijp. Bescherp securiteit en weerswakkers. Uit.
The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Dit is CP, begrijp. Wees waakzaam in racing vijandheid. Uit.
Search mode.
You gotta extract him.
CP, dit is Delta 4. De behandeling was iemand weggevat. Dat is moeilijke inbreken. Moet je onderzoek. Oor. Dit is CP, begrijp. Verdere verlies is onaanvaardbaar. Van jullie oor. Uit.
Search mode.
Visibility in the jungle isn't great. Watch out. You could run into the enemy at any time.
Please, feel the roots. The branches become one with the forest. The forest is aware of the enemy's noise. You must be too.
Detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Flippin' on the
You gotta extract him.
Ocena sytuacji. Alle eenheden staan bij.
Target extraction confirmed. That leaves one target to go. Take care of the next one. Boss, our early warning radar just picked up the enemy choppers. We'll keep you informed of their ETA. Hurry up and extract the target.
You can't go firing on the XOF choppers. If we attack XOF now, it'll be a declaration of war against Cypher itself. That time will come, but it's not now.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Development complete.
Champion, de Zuid-Twee. Onze hele area gefind kan, maar niks gekry nie. Die soek opgeskort. Oor. President, begryp. Moenie verslap nie. Hulle kan steeds in die gebied wees. Uit. Sien Susie. Ek sien oor. Dan mag vyande in die gebied wees. Oor. President, begryp. Beskerp sekuriteit en wees wakker. Uit.
You gotta extract him.
The map has been updated.
Boss, you don't have much time. Move it. You gotta extract him. Target extraction confirmed. Time to go.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. The map has been updated.
All right, mission complete, boss. Boss, we got Code Talker's research materials back in one piece. The medical team has them under lock and key in the quarantine facility. The materials should help their research into the vocal cord parasites. Cypher won't be getting their hands on them now. Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid. Boss, some of the kids we've been keeping here have escaped. We don't know why they ran off, but it may have something to do with Ralph's death. The intel team's looking for them as we speak. I'll add information to your side ops list as it comes in. You need to locate and secure those kids. I'll try to find out what happened.
Please select a mission.
We gave Ralph, that kid who died in the accident, a burial at sea. The man in charge of that facility has been severely punished. But ever since, the kids have been acting strange. It's obvious they've lost their trust in adults. I was getting reports of them ignoring the staff, or getting insolent, and even violent. And a few days later, several of the kids did a disappearing act. They snuck into choppers and shipping containers and got off base. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. These kids were born in a war zone and forced to grow up as war fighters. If they're left alone, war is how they'll die. But I thought we showed them there are other reasons to live. I never liked having children on Mother Base. But the thought of them going back to the battlefield and picking up their old lifestyle is something I can't stomach. It makes me think of Chico, 9 years ago. We have to get those kids back. Hell, they know too much about our operation. I never expected even the kids to betray us.
So what were they doing at Nzoya Badia, Baloo? That facility with all the people laid out in rows?
The abandoned factory Shibani was held in.
It is precisely as you guessed. Black Anna was coding languages into the vocal cord parasites. They infected the subjects with the parasites, then made an incision in the throat to expose the vocal cords. That allowed them to play recordings of a desired language directly to the parasites.
And the parasites learn the languages that way. That's some teaching method. I just don't get how a bunch of bugs had the brain power for it.
They don't. Do not judge them by human standards. They do not learn as a function of intellect.
Then how do they do it?
What language the parasites react to is coded into their genes. You could expose the Japanese strain to English for years, and it would never learn the language and react to it. The pronunciation, rhythm, and structure are different. But what about, say, Spanish and Portuguese? Linguistically, the two are very close.
Yeah, they're both Ibero-Romance languages.
Even so, a Spanish language mating pair exposed to Portuguese will not copulate. Only when they hear Spanish. Only then. And the majority of their offspring will be the same.
So it's a literal case of a mother tongue.
But if that's so, I don't see how the different strains can be created in the first place.
Well, among the many thousands of offspring, there may be just a few that react to Portuguese.
You're talking about mutations.
Correct. Playing the tapes helps to identify the mutant strains. Those specimens are then isolated and bred with one another. From their children, specimens that react more strongly to Portuguese can again be selected and bred. Repeating this process creates a strain that reacts solely to Portuguese and never to Spanish. Mutation and selection. No different to breeding roses.
So you kept increasing the change over the generations, adapting them to languages from all over the world. Must have taken a hell of a lot of patience.
More like patience. Just how many died for this?
There's something I still don't get. In order to tell which larvae will react to Portuguese, you'd have to let them develop and then see which copulate. That means you'd need tens of thousands of guinea pigs. There's no way you could do that in a facility that small.
For normal, selective breeding methods, you would be right. But there is a more effective selection method when training the vocal cord parasites.
Go on.
It is not only when mating that the parasites listen for language. Shortly before hatching, larvae display markedly increased activity in reaction to particular language. The active eggs can be identified under a black light, so the eggs that react to Portuguese are selectively placed in the throats of subjects. So you see, narrowing down strains that react to the target language is an effective process. Though I'm sure that even so, many lost their lives to create the various strains.
Taken against their will into that dungeon.
There are two reasons for playing the tapes for the parasites. One, to isolate the eggs that respond to the target language. And two, to cause the specimens raised from the selected eggs to mate.
I get how the system works. But why do they respond to language before they even hatch? It's not like they can mate from inside an egg.
It is because the larvae learn the language before hatching.
You mentioned that what language the parasites respond to is hard-coded into their genes, and that they don't have the brain power to actually learn a language. But then you say that the larvae at Nzoia Badia Bulu were learning the languages in the egg. Your story doesn't add up.
Your country is home to a unique songbird. The Japanese bush warbler.
Sure, what of it?
What a beautiful call it has. But no bush warbler can sing it perfectly at the start. As chicks, they can barely chirp at all. They must learn from their parents and other adult birds. Only then can they sing properly and attract females. So naturally, there are individual differences in each bird's call. Though they start on the same footing, each bird is influenced by its teachers.
And the parasites are the same?
Like the birds, the parasites have a genetic predisposition towards a particular language. But while in the egg, the larvae's ears are tweaked by listening to the voice of the host. This tweaking ensures that the grown parasites will react better to the host's speech pattern.
Why would they have an ability like that?
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
coming too. Roger that.
Contact! Spit it out. Where are your friends? Where are the others?
All fire teams, this is CP. Enemy attack in progress. All units, ready for combat.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Lost visual contact. Heading to last known position. Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up and spy them. Out.
Need cover from... Wait!
CP, this is Zulu 7. Hostile gun out of sight. Searching now. Over. This is CP. Understood. Search every corner. They gotta be around here somewhere. Out.
Regroup! On me! Move! Over here! Fire! Yeah!
All fire teams, this is CP. All units to combat position. Repeat. All units to combat position.
Support fire!
You gotta extract him.
CP, this is Zulu 7. Lost eyes on enemy.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your eyes peeled for any movement. Out.
He's coming too. Roger that.
CP, this is Delta
Subject
4.
on board.
The enemy got away.
Leave the rest to us.
Target search now. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let them get the drop on you. Keep your guard up. Out.
approaching.
Roger that.
This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
Contact! It's inbound! find him? What's going on? Search complete! Search complete!
CP, this is Zulu 4. We checked the area and found nothing. Calling off the search. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. They could still be in the area. Out. CP, this is Zulu 2. We may have an intruder. Going on alert. Over. This is CP. Understood. Watch for anything suspicious. Out.
What? You alright? Huh? You okay?
Extract him.
Where are your friends?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
power supply. Whoever's closest, go check on the power system. CP, this is Zulu 1. We'll investigate ASAP. Out.
What's going on? What the hell?
CP, this is Zulu 1. Arrived on scene. Starting a check of the area. Over. CP, understood. Don't let your guard down. Out. CP, this is Zulu 1. Something worth looking into here. Please advise. Over. This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out. CP, this is Zulu 1. Get a check of the scene. There's nothing here. Over. This is CP. Understood. Return to your post. Over. CP, this is Zulu 1. Threat detected. Going on alert. Over. This is CP. Understood. Check your surroundings. Out.
Analysis complete.
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Development complete. Clouds approaching.